What's good, everybody? It is your girl, Miss T Talk, and I am here with Arianna Wellmoney. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well today. It's the first time, I just wanted to just say this. It is the first time I am back on T Talk, and you're here. I mean, we met virtually. We met virtually, so I'm a little still familiar with you. But I'm so excited that we are meeting here to talk about everything that you've been doing. I mean, it starts from childhood in Italy. How is that growing up? And then, girl, we'll get into the New York City, what you did from then, but because your passion is acting. So did that stem from your childhood?
Yeah, I grew up watching mainly Friends or High School Musical or Glee. Like those were like the three main shows or movies that I loved watching growing up. And that's actually how I learned English. I would just like watch High School Musical, repeat every line that they would say, and then just like try to nail the accent, nail like the grammar or whatever it was. And yeah, so I just growing up, I knew that I wanted to be an actor in the United States because like I just loved what Hollywood was doing with any content, not any content, but most of the things that were that I was able to see back home. And yeah, and then when I was in elementary school, middle school, I participated in like school productions. And then in my senior year of high school, I made a lot of short films with my friends, just for fun. And then I did some acting on camera back home in, like I said, my senior year. And then I decided to apply to an acting school in New York. And then I got in. And I was super excited.
Oh my God. So it was already destined for you to already, be like in the States, especially New York. You did mention Hollywood, California. Everybody wants to go there to start their acting career. So when you came to New York, you already knew English down pat, or was it some more learning that you had to do?
I already knew English. I guess I didn't know like the slang words that I got to learn in college and acting school here or with American friends. But yeah, no, I like to think I was bilingual already, but definitely like my English got better by moving here.
That's amazing. I think New York is, to come here and to speak the language, we speak it, but then you have like, all these different boroughs that speak different languages. And then speaking English is one thing. Then writing it, because you have to actually read it. We have words like see, then, and stuff like that. So was that kind of like hard when you were like probably like reading your scripts and getting into like acting?
Yeah. Sometimes I still struggle with it, even though I've been living here 8 years. I'm now in a show where I'm in high school. I'm doing High School Musical now. Like, very full circle moment for me. And the character I'm playing, she's very articulate. She's very wordy. And and she's an older character, while I'm used to play people my age that talk however people our age talk.
Right.
I'm not used to like older woman, very articulate, very wordy type of dialogue. So for this show, I was kind of struggling with learning lines because I was like, that's not how I speak. That's not how anyone I know speaks. But this character is like pretty eccentric and they love Shakespeare. And so it was kind of hard to learn lines like that.
Wow.
So I still struggle sometimes in those cases. But yeah, it was definitely some things I've learned here, like ETA.
Oh,
I had no idea what ETA meant.
Oh yes, girl, ETA.
And someone told me like, "What's your ETA?" I was like, "Is that I don't know, like food? Is that like my blood results?" Like I had no idea what it meant, and I was like, "What is an ETA?"
Oh my God,
stuff like that.
So stuff like that was kind of like hard learning, but you've done it, like you said, like the High School Musical and all the musicals you used to watch growing up, on TV and stuff like that, has made full circle. I see that you like live stuff like a Grease and like High School Musical stuff like that. I actually just saw West Side Story and I loved it. Like I love stuff like that now, and being and watching that and seeing how they work. That's meticulous. You got to learn this stuff, do it the right way every single time, and not like miss your lines. So how do you prepare for a show? Walk me through that.
Like the day.
Yeah, the day of the show. Tell me what you do, girl.
So I usually I wake up, I meditate. I like to meditate. I did it this morning because I have a show later on today. And just take 5 minutes to be grateful for the day that I'm going to have. And then I warm up, just like body warm up. I do like jumping jacks. I do yoga. That's for about like 45 minutes.
Okay.
And then I usually take a shower, do like a very long skin care routine. And then I warm up my voice. That takes about another 45 minutes. I always call my parents. Every day I call my parents. And I just like tell them about the fact that I'm excited and if a friend might be coming that day to see me. And then I always like do my hair very nicely. And then I go to the theater, usually do my makeup at the theater, take in the theater, the empty theater, take in the moment.
That's important.
Yeah, just say hi to everybody backstage and just be grateful. Sometimes I look over my lines, like I did it this morning. Just look over my lines and just make sure that I remember my exits or if I have to bring any specific prop during a scene.
Yeah, because you have to do that. I think people, it's not just like acting on stage or singing on stage or doing anything like that. You bring the props in and out. It's like a whole, because there's different setting, lighting, all of that, but like there's actual props that you have to physically bring on the stage is more than just that. So when you rehearse stuff like that, and you guys are doing that whole thing over and over again. So what does the rehearsal look like as well? I've always wanted to know that.
I feel like they're pretty fun. I've spent the past like 2 weeks just rehearsing like 5 hours a day for this show. So it has been kind of intense, and it's funny because like the audience is not there. So it's just like you, the cast, the director, the creative team or assistant director. And so one day, I think it was my dress rehearsal the day before the opening night, I had a prop where I have like a piece of paper in my jacket. And it's important for the scene because I have to hand it to someone and someone has to acknowledge that I gave it to them and read it out loud, say, hey, she brought me a piece of paper. I forgot the piece of paper. And thank God it was the dress rehearsal and it wasn't the opening because I was like,
That would have been,
I don't have a piece of paper. And so I just like did the gesture and the director screamed, Arianna, don't forget your piece of paper. I was like, so sorry. And ever since then, when I'm backstage, I'm like, do I have the piece of paper? I have it.
Yeah, it's locked in. Sometimes that's what we need to rehearse. When we make those, like, like little mistakes here and there is important because now that's going to trigger you. Every single show, I need that piece of paper right on me. And now, and I'm glad that you're doing that. I mean, like, you have to call your parents and, like you said, in Italy every day, and you have more family in Italy. Moving into New York, how has the culture been? Have you, gained like friends? It's been 8 years, almost a decade.
Yeah.
Here, girl. So like, tell me how has the culture been for you out here compared to home?
I feel like from what I've experienced, especially in the arts, and people my age, people are a lot more accepting about identity than back home. Just like sexual identity, gender identity, cultural differences. They're more accepting. Obviously, there's always room for improvement. But I just love that I have friends that have same goals that I do, whether it's being an actor or being a director or even just like one of my friends, she's in college and she's graduating soon and she's not an actress. She has nothing to do with the business, but I just love my friends and I have a lot of American friends, I'd say, but I also have a few friends from Italy. One of my friends from high school moved here and he introduced me to like all his Italian friends. So now I also have some Italian friends. But yeah, I feel like because my family's not here.
I know, yeah.
My friends are like my family and they're like a second family to me. They're so important and all their accomplishments are so important to me. And I'm so proud of them and I love them so much. And I feel supported by them and I love them so much.
And I think that's very important for you to have, that circle just because, your home, everything is across the world. And now you like build such a foundation with your friends and everybody can come out and support you and you're meeting different people. I mean, that's how I met you. I mean, I didn't know where you were from. Like, where's she from? I'm like, New York. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, she was in New York. So just to put yourself out there, I think that's very important, on these platforms to show who you are, how it was, being an actress and moving and stuff like that. What is your favorite part of acting? Because I know you don't just do musicals, you do other things. You said you get in front of the camera and stuff like that. So tell me your favorite part.
My favorite part of acting is probably just I love when you obviously rehearse the script, rehearse with your scene partner. If it happens, sometimes when you filming a movie, you don't have time to rehearse. But I just love when little moments or little choices are born in that moment of just being. Like maybe you rehearse your line in a way, and then while you're filming it, you say it in a different way, and it lands so well.
Wow. See?
There you go. I just love that it just happens in that moment, and or with the audience. I've been doing the show now 4 times, and yeah, in like the past 3 days, it's been so crazy.
Oh,
yeah, yesterday I had the matinee and the evening show, and I was exhausted, and I'm so excited. And every show was different. Every show I had a specific moment with a scene partner that maybe I didn't have the show before, but then I found another moment with someone else, and it was just as special. So I love that about acting.
Oh my gosh, I always wanted to know, because your girl, I do like this hosting thing, but I've always wanted to act. I've done acting in college, which has been fun. It's just, I think it's getting into character. It's not about just reading lines and being cute and looking pretty. It's about getting into character and embodying that character, because that's what people would remember you. When we watch our different shows, different stuff like that. So I'm glad that you can translate that into the characters that you are. And that's how many shows you did in 1 week? Yeah. Oh my God. Well, a couple of days?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and today.
Oh my God. How many more do you have to go?
I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then next month, the week of my birthday, I have another play. I'm so blessed. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. But this High School Musical that I've been doing this week especially has been very tiring, because you dance on stage, you sing, but I just love it. I love it.
It's like your passion. This is what you came here to do, and this is what you're embodying. And I know that this is stuff that you have to try out for. This is not word of mouth. Like, hey, like let's grab Arianna and put her in there. So it just shows the work that you've been, doing it and getting more plays. You have your birthday week coming up. You have all that coming up, and tell me the excitement that you get when they're like, yes, we choose you. Like, I know you're on phone with your parents, like, I got chosen. So it's like, how is that?
I love it. And what I love about it is that it's just one step in the process. Because it's like, you got the audition, maybe you got the callback, and then you got to study the lines. And then even when you get it, I feel like you still have to prove yourself and to show that you're a professional.
Right.
And then I just love that feeling of having a whole character, a whole month or 2 of rehearsals, if it's a show, or maybe a week of filming in front of you, and just thinking, wow, there's endless ways that this could go. And there's endless ways I could do this character. And it's always nice to connect with artists and meet great people on set, and just even making friends on set sometimes. I love it.
Wow. So I love that. I love that you've taken the risks in your life to go from Italy to New York. Do you ever see yourself going to Cali or anything like that? Or do you want to just stay in the heart of New York City?
I definitely do. I will have to learn how to drive, because I have no idea how to drive.
Oh my God.
No clue. So I will definitely learn how to drive, but it's definitely in my life plan. Yes. Even just to try out. I did co-write a show and co-star in a show in 2019 before the pandemic, and me and my co-writers and castmates, we took it to LA, and it was so fun. It was my first time in LA, and I had to Uber everywhere, but it was so fun, and I really do see myself being there in the future. But yeah, you gotta take one step at a time, one play at a time, mentally, physically, because that's all that matters definitely when it comes down to that. That's why I love your routine that you did share with us earlier. Like the meditation, the phone calls, and the yoga, to working out. See, and I'll be working out too, Grubby. I'll be in the gym working on my fitness, whatever Fergie said. But I just want, I think that those are important
to get into your career and to get into who you are for the day? Like what you are for the day. I think I love that you do that. I'm so happy that you definitely take those strides. So where can we find you, girl? Where can Miss Arianna Wellmoney?
I have a website.
That's important. I think that's really important. A lot of people don't have websites, and I think you having one, ciao.
I think it's definitely important. It's ariannawellmoney.com, and then I also use Instagram a lot. I like to use it as a diary for my life, and it can be corny or cheesy, but I just love posting a photo and sharing it. I don't even care who sees it. It's like a diary for me. So on Instagram, I am Arianna Wellmoney. And yeah, and then I'm in this show right now, High School Musical at the Secret Theater. And then next month I'll be in Runts at Teatro Latea.
She's about to teach me Italian. You're about to teach me Italian. I need to know something. Okay, teach me something. Okay. Okay, hold on. You're now watching T-Talk.
State guardando T-Talk.
Hold on. State guardando T-Talk?
State guardando.
State guardando T-Talk. I like that. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.